Oh, I'm just reading chapter 21. Yes, and they've just got in the basket of the Roman observation balloon and they're escaping from the amphitheatre. But just as the balloon lifts off the ground, a golden hook clunked onto the bottom of the basket and held fast. The Gronkel gave another big puff and the great balloon rose gracefully upwards, and the grim hook, together with Alvin the treacherous, shot up too. Sorry, said Toothless, crash landing on Hiccup's helmet. I couldn't keep him back any longer. Now you see there they are, sailing up in the observation balloon, and you see Alvin has got hold of the bottom of the basket with his hook. Fishlegs glanced over the basket side, then looked up at Hiccup with popping eyes. "Oh dear, is that who I think it is?" he moaned. "It's like a nightmare. We can't get rid of him." Hiccup dared himself to look over the rim. To take a look over the rim, there was Fortunatus, rapidly getting smaller as they rose away from it, and there, swinging from the bottom of the basket by his hook alone, was Alvin the treacherous. He made a savage swipe at Hiccup with his free arm, and Hiccup dodged quickly back into the safety of the basket. "Right," said Hiccup. "I wouldn't put it past him to climb in from that position. Everybody starts running clockwise. Toothless, I want you to grab this rope and pull it in the same direction. We have to get this balloon spinning around." What is Hiccup doing? It's one of his clever plans, I think. All together they began to run, and the balloon began to spin, slowly at first, and then with gathering speed, round and round and round, like the hopeful Puffin having one of her turns. And as that balloon spun, it slowly unscrewed the hook of Alvin the treacherous. Quite clever. He felt his hook loosening and realised what was happening, but there was nothing he could do. "I'll get you, Hiccup Perendus Haddock the Third," cast Alvin as the hook unscrewed as far as it would go. "I'll get you one day!" And he plunged downwards into the sea in a mass of waiting shark worms, leaving only a great golden hook swinging from the bottom of the basket. The balloon soared upwards, and as the screams of Alvin grew fainter and fainter, so too did the shrieks of the dragons, and the whole wild cacophony of Fort Sinister died away in a matter of moments. That's the basket with Alvin's hook hanging from it. I always think that looks a bit like the top of a question mark, one of its hooks. Hiccup, Fishlegs and Kamikaze slumped to the floor of the basket. Quietly, softly, the balloon drifted on. The only sound was the gentle puffs of the Gronkel's flames and the panting of the Vikings as they caught their breaths, their hearts beginning to slow down. Gradually they smiled at one another as they realised that they might, just possibly, be safe at last. "Phew," said Kamikaze, bright red in the face. "That was a close one. What did I tell you? You can't keep a burglar under lock and key." "And you didn't do too badly, for boys, of course." Hiccup staggered to his feet and peered over the edge of the basket. A warm breeze blew his hair back. "Look," cried Hiccup, pointing downwards and then turning back to the others in sudden excitement. "My father's war party! He did send it after all!" "It's a bit late," frankly, but at least he sent it. "Well, I don't know what you're so pleased about. It's a bit late, don't you think?" "Oh, look, Fishlegs agrees with me," grumbled Fishlegs. "One day earlier, and it would have saved me about 3,000 heart attacks." "It doesn't matter," grinned Hiccup. "He sent it, and that's the important thing. He doesn't think that Snotlout would make a better heir after all." So Hiccup's really pleased anyway. So chapter 22 will be tomorrow. That is the return of the heroic heirs. See you tomorrow.